George Cleary, I'm a medical case manager. Yeah, so I work with clients that have been catastrophically injured, so they might present with brain injuries, spinal cord injuries or amputations. My job is to assess them in regards to their rehab needs and to then coordinate and manage their rehab going forwards. I enjoy client contacts, I enjoy speaking to people, getting to know people, finding out a bit more about what's going to motivate them to engage in their rehabilitation. At times it can be quite challenging when someone's been through such a big life event such as sustaining a brain injury or an amputation. It's quite hard to come to terms with that and to adjust, and I enjoy seeing people progress and then engage and then achieve their goals. So client contact's the thing I like best, and then at the end being able to step back and to see how they've improved. So I studied physiotherapy, graduated in 2008. That was a bit of a change for me as well. Before that I was working in a supermarket and I studied a GMVQ in construction and the built environment, and I thought, do I prefer working with materials or do I prefer to work with people? And I've always been interested in kind of that side of things, like rehabbing people, getting them back to their potential. So that's when I sort of looked into that, completed a access course in college to enable me then to go on to university and become a qualified physiotherapist. I think don't let your stammer define who you are. Your stammer's just a part of you. Every single person out there, they've got their own burdens to bear. I treat my stammer as my thing. So there's people out there that might have problems in terms of chronic pain, and they might get up on some days and they might be more painful on a particular day than the other day. And just to treat your stammer like that as well, it's not everything about you, it's just a small part of you. It doesn't define your personality, it doesn't define what you can do as well. Don't let it hold you back. I think always strive to better yourself as well. I've been on quite a personal journey in terms of growing as a person. Sort of self-acceptance has been a big thing, and just being able to come to terms with and think that it's okay to not have completely fluent speech and to talk about it as well. I've always struggled to talk about how I feel, particularly in regards to my stammer. I thought if I did, it would draw more attention to it, but in doing so, I sort of built up sort of perceptions on how I might come across and how I would view myself and intrusive thoughts, etc. So yeah, talking about it is, I think, key. So speaking to your parents, speaking to any friends, teachers at school, there's always help out there. You're not alone. There's plenty of people out there who do stammer, and there's plenty of support as well. So don't be afraid to ask for help. To be honest, no, it's not. Everyone's been really supportive of me in regards to my speech. My employers have always given me time off to be able to go back on the Starfish projects to help new people enrolling in that. So they've been very supportive. So I'd say if you've got any concerns or if there's anything you're wanting to do in regards to improving your speech or being able to control your stammer, just have the confidence to be able to speak to your employer as well, because you got the job for a reason. They've obviously seen you've got potential, so just be really open with them, because they can't support you unless you're being transparent and you're telling them if you're struggling. But I've never had any problems in terms of work and my speech. Everyone's always been really supportive. I think when I first started working in the role that I'm working in now, I was based in a open plan office, and I was very conscious of how I would sound on the telephone, but I never had any remarks made, no one commented. It was how I was viewing myself. So I'd say just have the confidence. You got the job, so obviously your employer have seen that you're able to do it, so just crack on and do it. And if you need support, if you need help, just ask for it. Just ask for it. I think I would be quite surprised by what I have achieved in terms of my career. I'm working with quite a challenging client group. The expectations from stakeholders is high, which is fair enough. They're trying to get the best for their client as well. I'd be quite surprised the path that I've taken, and the things I've achieved as well. I've not let my speech hold me back. I've just gone out there and got it. And how I'm able to now talk about it, it's not a taboo subject at all. I think if you talk about your stammer as well, when you do stammer, it's not that bad. Because if you tell a colleague, if you just go in and introduce yourself and say, oh, I've got a stammer, that's all you need to say, and then it's going to allow you then to stammer, and there's not so much pressure on yourself. And I would have been expected as a 13-year-old child growing up to be judged a lot more, but I don't think I have been. So just, I'd be surprised with how confident I've got. But it's a journey, and the first step on that journey is talking to people and going out there to seek the help, because there's plenty of help out there as well.